if we're seriously going to talk about how to get pregnant with twins, then I think first we need to define what type of twins we're actually talking about. So I have fraternal twins, and these are the type of twins that if you're seriously thinking about having twins or wanting twins, or, you know, hoping for twins, praying for twins, then these are the type of twins that you can actually have some kind of influence on whether you have them or not.
Fraternal twins again, dizygotic, so two zygotes or two eggs are going to be ovulated at the same time from the mother, and that is unusual. Usually it's only one at a time. So in this case, we have two eggs from a hyper-ovulating mother, and then we have two sperm from the father. So you can see that they're different colors because they're different genetically. So these individuals have their own genes. They are not clones of each other. They're actually no more related than normal siblings who are born years apart. So these are your dizygotic twins. So these can be, again, boy-boy, they could be girl-girl, or they could be girl-boy because they are unique genetically.
And the other type of twin is identical twins. And these twins are completely spontaneous, guys. So basically they're based on luck or God's will. So in reality, we don't really have any influence on whether we have identical twins or not. But in this video, we're going to focus on fraternal twins, and these are the type of twins that are conceived by mum releasing two eggs, and these eggs being fertilized at the same time. So research indicates that fraternal twins are actually based on genetics, and that's because mum has to release two eggs at the same time, and that is something that is hereditary. I've heard many times when people talk about having twins that, oh, they'll say, oh, you know, it's based on your family history. It can be from the man or the woman's side, but actually even though my husband still tells everybody that it's because of him that we have twins, it does have very little to do with the man, and it is mostly based on the woman's bloodlines. So if you have a history of twins in your family, then you are more likely to give birth to fraternal twins. So the chances of giving birth to fraternal twins is actually not very high, but also not as bad as I thought it was. Before I got pregnant with twins, I thought twins were super uncommon, and at the moment research indicates that about three in every 100 women get pregnant with twins, and this percentage is even less for identical twins. For identical twins, it's about 1 in every 250 pregnancies. So of course this does depend on where in the world you are, but in short, it is not very common to get pregnant with twins. In this video, I am going to break down some of the factors that can improve your chances of getting pregnant with twins. So the first factor, which is something that I've mentioned already, is having a family history of twins. And again, this is something that needs to be mainly on the woman's side. So if you are somebody who already has twins in your family, it also doesn't jump a generation. I've heard that too. You know, like if grandma has twins, then people might say that you're more likely to have twins, but that isn't actually in fact the case. It's just in general. If your mum has had twins, if you're a twin, if grandma's had twin, then that increases your chances of getting pregnant with twins too. And of course, that's not necessarily something we can control entirely. But if you were looking at your odds, then if you do have twins in your family, then it does increase your odds of being able to get pregnant with twins. The next thing that can improve your chances of getting pregnant with twins is to have fertility treatments, and that is mainly IVF. I was actually surprised to find that IVF actually increases your chances of having identical twins too, and they're not really sure why this is the case, but it definitely does increase your chances of having fraternal or identical twins. I will put a couple of links to some sites that go a bit more in depth into how fertility treatments can influence your ability to have twins. It can be something that's very expensive to do, and of course it doesn't guarantee that you will have twins, but going through fertility treatments does increase your chances. So the next thing that increases your chances of having twins is if you've had twins before. So if you're anything like me and you have had a set of twins before, then you are at a higher risk of having twins again, which if you've had twins already can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how you look at it, right? Because fraternal twins are based on the woman's ability to release more than one egg at once. It is something that your body can do more than once. So having twins already kind of gives you the heads up that it is something that your body is able to do. You're kind of magical. And so it can do it again. And the confirmation of your body's ability to release two eggs can also be an indication that it might be able to release free. I did speak to a friend the other day who mentioned that they knew of somebody who had twins once and then triplets next. So that is something to keep in mind. If you guys are twin parents already, or you are somebody who's pregnant with twins, then I do have a website that I will put a link to down in the description that has a couple of resources available around how to manage twin pregnancy and what to expect. So do feel free to check that out. The next thing that influences whether you get pregnant with twins or not is your age. So if you are 35 or above, you are more likely to give birth to twins. So if twins is something that you're really keen to have, then trying to get pregnant when you are a bit older in maternal age. A few years ago, I watched something that mentioned that basically you're born with all of your eggs, and as you get older, your body starts to release them to get rid of them as you approach your menopause. So it's basically your body's way of making sure that you have all the kids, all the kids that it thinks, or at least it gives you the opportunity to have all of the kids that you are able to have, you know, to keep the world going round and stuff. So as you get older, your body does tend to just try and get rid of the eggs that it has. The next thing you can do to try and increase your chances of getting pregnant is to have a higher BMI. So if your BMI is 30 and above, then research has shown that you are more likely to get pregnant with twins. Of course, this does put you in the obesity category. I don't know if I would ever encourage anybody to intentionally increase their BMI to increase their chances of having twins. However, we are all adults here, so if that's something that you feel like you need to do, there is pros and cons, of course, to having a higher BMI in pregnancy, and so I would say to think carefully about that. But having a higher BMI is something can increase your chances of having twins. So the next factor that influences how likely it is that you can get pregnant with twins is your heritage. Women who have Black or white heritage are more likely to get pregnant with twins than ladies who have Asian or Hispanic heritage. If you are Nigerian, then you are most likely of all types of women to get pregnant with twins. So of course you can't change your heritage. However, if you happen to be a man watching this video, then finding a partner or a wife or somebody to have a baby with who has Nigerian heritage or is black or white definitely gives you more of a chance of having twins than if you pick a lady who has Asian or Hispanic heritage. So the next factor that increases your chances of getting pregnant with twins is your height. If you are taller, you are more likely to get pregnant with twins. So I'm 6 foot tall and I gave birth to twins about 11 months ago. Looking through all of these categories, I pretty much fit into all but 2 or 3 of these categories. So I think that they are pretty accurate, and these things do have an effect on the likelihood of you getting pregnant with twins. I do have loads of other twin related videos on this channel if you guys wanted to check out signs and symptoms of twin pregnancy, what it's like to be pregnant with twins. I have all of those videos on this channel, so do feel free to check out this video here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.